Wrestling fans, now you too can look as cool as Monty and the Pharaoh by wearing the official Monty and the Pharaoh sunglasses at night for $8.99 each. That's only $8.99 each. Now available at montyandthepharaoh.com. We know what you're thinking. Did they fire off 6 fascinating points of interest or only 5? Well, to tell you the truth, in all the excitement of watching and listening to Long Island's #1 wrestling podcast, I've actually forgotten myself. But being this is the Monty and the Pharaoh from Indie Music Studios in Ronkonkoma, and the fact that they were talking to yet another champion wrestling star, one of the most powerful and talented performers from the wrestling franchise, and not to forget, well-informed and provocative interview questions asked and answered. It was such an interesting and entertaining hour, the questions nearly blew your head clean off. Now you've got to ask yourself a question. Do I feel lucky? Do ya, punk?
What? Yeah. No, I'm behaving myself. No, I'm not playing in abandoned buildings. What? Again? Now, I suppose you had those people follow me again. Fine. Hey, this is Jimmy Pharaoh from Monty and the Pharaoh, and I want to thank all our subscribers. We have now passed 14,000 on our YouTube channel. But I want to ask our subscribers to take the next step for us and become a full-fledged member of Monty and the Pharaoh. Yeah, that's right, folks. There's 3 different levels to choose from. There's free shirts. There's free autographs. Just check it out and become a member of Long Island's #1 pro wrestling broadcast, Monty and the Pharaoh. Later.
Man who walks him around, he's all alone to fall all the way down.
Way of training, and once you explain that, can you do pretty much the same thing that the Hogan did? Kind of explain what got you into the business and who helped you to get started in this. But I'm interested to know myself, you know, how in the hell you get to look like that? You jack, bro.
Man, this is coming from somebody who's twice my size. Man, I'm trying to get like you, brother, man. You see those arms right there?
Well, all you gotta do is get fat, bald-headed, black, and ugly. You look just like me.
Well, I'm halfway there.
Yeah,
Monty and the Pharaoh, #1 wrestling podcast. Yeah, when it comes to podcasts, they are the cream, the crumb. Yeah, dig it?
Heartless man. We don't need him around.
Yeah, welcome to another episode of Motch-0-Mandays. Yeah, on the Monty and the Pharaoh show, And today we're on location, yeah, and what we're doing is we're hanging out at the park here, And I got Buddy and Daisy with me. You see Daisy right there making her cameo appearance in the back right there looking out the window. And you got Buddy over here doing the thing. So I got my co-host with me today. Yeah, and first of all, first things first, happy Thanksgiving to all the people out there listening and watching, yeah. And I hope you stuffed yourself with plenty of Thanksgiving feasts, yeah, feasts and treats, yeah, because Motch did. And I think I put on about 30 pounds. But anyway, on to the next holiday coming up. We're looking at Christmas might be right around the corner before you know it, man. You know what I mean? They creep up on you pretty fast. Like, could have sworn it was summertime not too long ago. So here's the deal. I hope you all have something to be thankful for. And that yesterday, or on Thanksgiving Day, wasn't all about just stuffing your face. I'm hoping that you all gave thanks for the things that you have and not the things that you don't have. You understand? Gratitude, number one, yeah. So be thankful for whatever you got. You know what I'm saying? I got this car right here. You know what? It ain't no Lamborghini, I can tell you that much. But I'm very thankful that I have it. Because right now, it's my makeshift studio. Yeah, I left the fake microphone and the fake headphones at home. Camera hug, look at this. Trying to steal the spotlight when the spotlight should be on top of me. Yeah. It's a very nice day, so here's what I was thinking, right? Kill two birds with one stone. So instead of sitting home and doing the episode, I figured I'd take the camera out, take the dogs out, and talk to my fans. Yeah, talking to my fans. And I'm glad I've been hearing some good things. I've been hearing that you're enjoying the show. If you have any requests, man, if you have any questions, if you have any requests, if you have any type of statements or any type of thing that you want from Motch, yeah, just send them on in to Monty and the Pharaoh, and he'll get them over to me, and I'll get them over to you. So I don't know where you guys are, but I'm in Las Vegas, and you'll probably be real mad if you're on the East Coast, because I hear it's pretty cold over there. I'm originally from New York, and right now I reside in Las Vegas, and it's about 70 degrees. And I'm enjoying the weather, man. And after this, we're gonna go to the dog park. Yeah, they know too. Buddy's looking at me. He knows the deal. He's ready to go right now, but I'm not ready to go. I haven't sung my song. Yeah. Not yet. Not yet. So I figured, man, here's something that I want to point out, man. Something interesting. Something that got me thinking, yeah. Not only does Motch and the real Macho Man Randy Savage look alike and sound alike and have the mannerisms, but the funny thing is that there's a lot of things about the guy behind Motch and the guy behind Macho Man Randy Savage. Yeah, people driving by giving me the funny eye. Yeah, that's right. That's right. It's not an illusion, yeah. So I was going to share some of those things with you, which I found kind of interesting. So, first of all, there might be a chance that there's such a thing as souls traveling to different bodies. You understand what I'm saying? And what might have happened, man, what might have happened when Randy Savage passed away, man, his soul might have entered my body. You understand? Because something weird happened when he passed away that it really bothered me. And up until that point, before I found out that he passed away, I had kind of forgotten about him. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't forget. I just wasn't as big of a fan as I was back when I was a kid. You know what I mean? So, whenever, you know, when he passed away, man, it was like all of a sudden, man, I wanted to get back into watching all this stuff. And, you know, I started doing the impression a little bit here and there. And, you know, I kind of became, you know, the macho fire became a little bit ignited once again, just like when I was a kid. So I started thinking, man, maybe I'm crazy. Yeah, maybe I am crazy, but maybe there's a part of him that's inside of me. Yeah. Either that or the only other explanation. Yeah. Daisy checking things out for me. She's doing security, yeah. Buddy, I'm glad I brought them. You get to see my co-host, yeah, right? What's up, baby? So, the only other explanation might be is that I was actually adopted by my parents, and that I'm the real, legitimate son of Macho Man and Elizabeth. What do you think about that? They said that they never had kids, but she was off TV for a while, and maybe, just maybe, they kept it real kayfabe, and maybe they had a child. Maybe she was pregnant during that time, and that was me. Now, they gave me up for adoption, and was adopted by the family that I know as mom and dad from New York. Could be time distortion. Space is the place. You never know, man. So one of these things must have happened, but I don't know for sure. But anything is possible in this crazy world of ours, isn't it? So the only thing would be I'd be a little bit younger. Be a little bit younger if it was during the 90s, when I'd be a lot younger. But like I said, time distortion, man. Things could go any way that they can go. Yeah, you don't know. Maybe I am in my 20s. Maybe I am in my 30s. Maybe I'm in my 80s. Maybe I'm an illusion. Yeah, maybe you don't even see what you think you see. Yeah, I'm like a figment of your imagination. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. But here's the similarities. Now, my birthday's in November. I'm a Scorpio. Macho Man's birthday is in November. He's a Scorpio. Freaked out yet? There's more. Now, I didn't know the man personally, but I know people that knew him. And the things that I have heard about the type of person that he is very similar to the type of person that I am. And besides being a great guy, which I know I am, but the people that really knew him, not the people that think that they know him by the things that they hear, but people have told me that he's a really great guy, but you don't want to mess with him. You don't want to. He's very loyal to his friends and his family, and if you mess with his friends or his family, that's when you see that wild side. But otherwise, you know, he was a very intense individual, and I have been told that I'm quite the intense individual, and that doesn't mean anything bad. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, you could see that I'm intense. Uh-oh. We're going to take a brief moment for the dogs to bark at another dog. This is what I wasn't counting on here. Well, they're being good. Look at that intense look on Buddy's face. Yeah, he's intense right now. Look at him, man. He's got his eyes locked on that dog over there. All right. Very good, guys. You guys are being great co-hosts right now. So now, other similarities, man. I should have wrote out a list because I had it in my head, but a lot of times things go in my head and they go out of my head, yeah. And then they come back later on when they're not invited. And Buddy's not helping me to remember nothing. Nothing. You understand what I'm saying? Nothing. Nothing means nothing. So here's the deal. I'm trying to remember now. I'm trying to remember. Interesting. This is much better than being at home, man. You get all kinds of scenery here. I'd show you what I'm seeing and all, but I don't want to move the camera because then, you know, I won't be able to get it back in the right spot. But let's just say that there's a blonde female. Maybe you'll see her in the background. Wait. No, she went the other way. Riding her bicycle. No, she's a grown-up, but I'm saying she's bicycling. Anyway, so back to what I was saying. Back to the matter at hand. So being that we're both Scorpios explains a lot about the intensity. And perhaps with that intensity comes a little bit of a temper. Now, those of you that don't know me would never know that, or maybe you would. You might have heard me on the video scope a couple times getting a little angry when the dogs are barking when I'm trying to do the thing. And but that's not bad. But when you get to me in a certain way and you make me reach my boiling point, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. So I could be very intense and I could have an explosive type of temper, yeah. And those are the things that I'm sure that we've all heard. Now, you know, about Macho Man. Now, as far as for myself, I wouldn't say that I'm as protective. I would say that I'm protective, but not in the sense of overbearing, like some stories that I've heard, and that stuff is true, man, you know what I mean? But I am very loyal to my friends, and if in a relationship, very loyal, and I don't let nobody mess with anybody that I care about. You understand what I'm saying? So it's kind of like maybe not to the degree that we might hear about with Macho Man, but it's just funny how I've heard some stories and I've read some things and I've spoken to a lot of people that actually know him. You got to remember that I know a few people. I know Rip Rogers, and I've heard some of his stories, and he was roommates. What are these people doing? Why are you going to come right behind me? See, this is how I'm going to lose my boiling point right now. Why would you come right behind me when I'm doing my thing, doing the thing for no reason? I'm on a secluded road right here. I picked a spot, yeah, where nobody can bother me, and you come up right behind me, yeah. It's a good thing that you're leaving, man. Tell them, buddy. Get them out of here, right? See that? Protection right there. Yeah, don't make slap you right there. Yeah, now you're seeing my temper. I don't like that. So anyway, here's what I'm trying to tell you before it got interrupted. Don't get on my boiling point. Don't get on my bad side. You don't want to be on my bad side. Now I lost my train of thought. See? Buddy's trying to climb over. Go ahead, buddy. I don't care. Go ahead. Jump on my lap. What I was saying was, I actually know his his ex-girlfriend from way back, before Elizabeth, way back, even before, oh man, what's her name? Lynn, right? They were like kids, and I've spoken to her, and she has told me stories about, how he is, and loves him to death, though. Says the greatest things. And there are some people out there that say some bad things that knew him personally, but they also had good things to say. And everybody's always going to have a different experience, you understand? People will say great things about me, but there's also some people that'll say some not so great things about me, because depending on who you are, you might know a different version of myself. You understand what I'm saying? So if you get on my bad side, you're probably not going to like me very much. But if you're somebody that is good to me, you're probably going to think that I'm the greatest guy in the world. And those are the people that are right. Because I am. But just like everybody, man, you don't want to ruffle any feathers, you know what I'm saying? Because these feathers get ruffled and bad things happen. Yeah, that's for sure. A lot of cars coming through here, man. I thought that I found me a spot where, I could do the thing without people giving me funny looks. Why would they be looking at me funny? I wonder why. But you guys might get to see a beautiful sunset here in Las Vegas, as you can see behind me. Look at that. Look at that. It's a good thing that I moved my big head right in the way. Right, Daisy? There you go. Lick me right up the nose. So as of right now, I can't, they'll come to me. When I'm not thinking about it, it'll come to me. But there's a lot of similarities, and I found it funny because there's one story in particular, that Rip Rogers tells about, I don't know if you guys have heard this one, but here I'm going to share it with you. That long time ago, Macho Man and Rip Rogers were at a Waffle House after a wrestling show. I think it was in Kentucky, not 100% sure, because that's where they ran a lot of their shows. That's where ICW was based out of there. Not 100% sure, because it was they might have been working Tennessee or something, up and down that whole that loop there. But what happened was, it was after a show, and if you've ever been hungry and your blood sugar drops when you're hungry and you get a little crazy, that I think is what happened. And that's another similarity. If you ever meet me, if I'm eating, don't come over to me. I'll bite your arm off. Uh-oh. Dogs are barking. So far, they're being good, though. So this guy comes into the Waffle House, and I guess maybe he worked there, and he knew everybody there, and he comes in, and he's yelling, I'm getting married, and, she said yes, and this and that, and everybody knew him, so they're all, paying attention to him and saying, oh, congratulations, and blah, blah, blah. And the only problem with that was the waitress that started to take Macho Man's order and Rip's order. She decided that she was going to go and congratulate the guy and ignore the guys that were hungry. And the guy comes in, he's all hollering and everything, and Macho Man, being a little hungry perhaps and a little intense, says to the guy, who gives a shit? He yells out. And the guy actually steps to Macho Man, and they get into a confrontation, and they're yelling and whatever, and you'd have to read the whole story, but It's out there. There was a situation where Macho Man told Rip to get a knife or something like that, and Rip grabs a butter knife or something, I don't know. And it led to the police coming, and of course, Macho Man, being as intense as he is, he didn't calm down right away, and there was some resisting arrest, and apparently he got so wild that they had to call in the canine unit. And he loves dogs. That's another similarity. Loves animals, loves dogs and kittens. But he even had a confrontation with the animal, with the German Shepherd, and I believe it bit him. But the story kind of ended there. It didn't say if he went to jail. It didn't say, what ended up happening. But the moral of the story is, he was very hungry and didn't like being interrupted when he was trying to tell the waitress what he wanted to eat. So there's a fun story. I'm going to try to think of some other stories that I could share with you that you may not have heard of. There was, like I said, I've spoken to his ex-girlfriend from way back in the day, and she told me a story about how her sister, I believe it was, her sister was pregnant, and I might be getting this wrong because I'm basing this off of my memory from when I spoke to her a while back. Uh-oh. What do we got going on over there, buddy? What are you crying about? Oh, dog. Cute dog. Uh-oh. So she was having some pains or something like that, and he rushed her to the hospital. And what happened? They went and they, you know how hospitals could be, you know what I mean? And they rushed her, and she's in the waiting room, and he goes into the back. He goes out of the, into the doctor's office and grabs the doctor and says, "You're going to see my friend right now," instead of waiting out in the waiting room. So it was something along those lines. I might be a little bit mixed up there, but from what I remember, that was the story that I heard, that his friend was in need, man, and so he didn't wait. You know what I'm saying? There goes the bicycle chick again. She must be doing laps. I wish I could take the dogs out and do the video while they go running around, but I won't be able to focus on this because Daisy will probably run away. She'll probably end up on one of your doorsteps over on the East Coast. I really wish I had some of your questions today, because it's not easy, man. Sometimes there's only so much going on up there in my brain. You understand? And then I'm done with the podcast, and then I remember all the things that I should have talked about. I need to start writing things down. The problem is, with my memory, I forget to write them down. And if I did write them down, I'd probably forget where the list is, too. Sorry, just taking a little bit of a beverage break. You could imagine that my voice gets a little dry. Dogs are being so well behaved. Look at them, man. They're chilling. They're just looking out. There's even other dogs, and they're not even reacting to them. They're not even barking at them. That's very nice. Maybe one day I'll take them to the park, and I'll let you guys watch them fraternize with the other dogs. They don't play too much. I take them to the dog park, and they're kind of like, they'll play sometimes. They're friendly with the other dogs, but when you see dogs kind of like playing together and, being dogs, mine kind of like stand back and watch. They're kind of a little antisocial, man, kind kind of a little bit like myself, you know what I mean? Sometimes I like to just stand back and be a bystander and watch what's going on, you know what I'm saying? I don't like to get too involved sometimes. Yeah. Oh, here's a story for you. See? Things will just start to cultivate. Things will just start to pop in my head. Here's a story for you. Here, check this out. This past weekend, not this weekend, the last weekend, the weekend before Thanksgiving, I went right there to Sam's Town Live here in Las Vegas. And Impact Wrestling seems to be, there's a rumor that they're making their home here in Las Vegas, where they're going to be running a lot there, because they did another pay-per-view, and they did like 2 days of TV tapings, and they had just done that about 3 weeks before this show. And that one I couldn't get to, but this one I went to. And a friend of mine, shout out to my boy Garth, you know, he's got the hookup, man, so he hooked me up with a ticket. So, of course, you know, I'm there, and I'm all motched out, doing the thing, you know. And people are eating it up, man. People are loving it. They're yelling, you know, cream of the crop and this and that. I got creamers in my fanny pack, and I'm throwing the creamers out to the audience, and I'm doing the thing, you know, being me and being Motch, you know what I mean? And Motch and Vic, or whatever you want to call it, is definitely two different people, man. When I put the gimmick on, something happens. That's another story. It's a weird thing. Something, you know, like I said before, man, it's like his soul enters my body, you know what I mean? Because as soon as I'm getting ready, man, as soon as I see myself in the video scope, and I see this look, man, it's like I become a different person. And it's funny because, like, my voice I'll be talking, and it's like I'm not even like thinking about it, not even consciously thinking about it, and my voice will start to get a little raspy. But the thing is, here's the story about going to that show. Now, honestly, I had no intentions on you know, doing anything other than being seen, you know what I mean? Like, I didn't go there to watch a wrestling show. I know a lot of people that are on the show, and that's pretty cool, you know what I mean? That I could be there and, you know, watch them, and you know, possibly if they see me, say hello, whatever, you know what I mean? But, you know, I was there to do my thing, man, and my thing is to get recognized, man. My thing is to get this Motch character over so much that there ain't nobody in the world that doesn't know about it. You know what I'm saying? I am going to be the only Macho Man impersonator, past, present, and future, yeah, that anybody has ever seen or ever thinks about or ever even acknowledges, yeah, because there's others, but they're not like me. So, anyway, I'm going and I'm doing my thing, right? No problem. People are loving it. I'm loving it. I'm feeding off the energy. I'm standing on one side, right behind the ring announcers, or the commentators, Matt Stryker and D'Lo Brown, who I both happen to know for a very long time. And Matt, I used to do shows with him in New York, man, way back in the early days of my Vic Divine career. So, and D'Lo I know from here, and I just seen him not too long ago in Pennsylvania when I was out there doing the Eric Sims tour. So, there was a lot of people on the show that, you know, that I knew personally that I would have liked to have seen, but a situation happened because things like to follow me, you see. Controversy and trouble likes to follow me, and I don't like it when that happens, but so here I am, right, doing the thing. I ain't bothering nobody. People are digging it. They're having a good time. I'm having a good time. And this girl comes over to me. And I'm thinking, all right, you know, she's digging the thing, you know, she's digging Motch. You know what I'm saying? Because how could you not? And I'm standing there and I'm watching the show, but the crowd is reacting, so I'm turning around to the crowd and I'm doing the thing and, you know, that and this and that. And she comes over to me, man. She don't know me. She don't know me at all, man. She comes over to me and you know what she says to me? She goes, "You're not a wrestler. Why don't you go sit down?" Yeah, she said that to me. Now, I didn't know if she worked there. I didn't know if she was a producer or something or whatever. I didn't see no headset on her. I didn't see no credentials. And I said, excuse me? You know, I try to maintain my composure, yeah. And I said, what did you say? And she said it again. And I said, after realizing that there was no way that she worked there, I said, I'm gonna leave out the bad language, but I said, and who the are you? And she says, doesn't matter who the I am. I'm telling you, you're not a wrestler, so you go sit down. Now, mind you, she was nothing but a fan, sitting way back. I wasn't anywhere even near her. It wasn't like I was, you know, like sitting, like right in her way, or I was like even, you know, obstructing her view, or that I was, you know, loud, you know, right next to her. Nothing, zilch, nothing. So that right there got me to my boiling point, man, yeah. And I told her, I said, why don't you do me a favor? Yeah, why don't you go sit down? Why don't you go back to your seat and leave me alone? I might have used different language. I'm not saying I did, but let's just say that there were some words in there that aren't appropriate for all viewers. Yeah, that's right. Now, that's what I'm talking about when you get me to my boiling point. That's what I'm talking about when I get the intensity, man, and I don't do it for no reason, you understand? I was having a good time, not bothering nobody, but what you did was you came over, yeah, you came over and you interrupted what I was doing, and I didn't appreciate that too much. So anyway, what happened was, one of the event people, the ushers or whatever like that, says to me, "Are you part of the show?" Right? And I'm, no, I'm not part of the show. I have a ticket. And she's like, well, what's going on? I said, nothing's going on. It's general admission. I'm standing here. I'm, you know, like, you don't have to sit. You know what I'm saying? I was just standing up. And she's like, oh, okay, you know. So then a security guard comes over and he says, what's the problem? I said, there is no problem. And I'm still in character too, because I can't break character. Like, it's hard for me. At one point I did break character when I was talking to the girl, though. I had to let her know that I was serious and that I wasn't playing. So I kind of broke character and the voice kind of went, you know, to my regular voice, but it was probably just as loud and as intense. But so the security comes over and tells me what's going on. And I said, nothing, I'm standing there minding my business. And they're like, you got a ticket? And I said, yeah, I got a ticket. It's right here. What's the problem? Well, I don't know. I saw something, you know, some kind of a argument or whatever. And I said, yeah, well, you know, I'm not doing nothing. I'm standing here. I'm not in anybody's way. So, you know, so I told the security guy, because now I'm already like a little bit, you know, ticked off, man, because I don't like people butting into my business. You know what I'm saying? When I'm just chilling, doing what I came there to do. And so the security guard, you know, he's like, he don't know what to do. You know what I'm saying? So I told him, I'm just like, so look, I'm just going to continue to stand here and do what I'm doing because I ain't doing nothing wrong. And then he says something about, well, I don't know if something about the police. He goes, I don't know if the police would, you know, would agree with that, whatever, right? So I'm like, yeah, whatever. So he walks away. And then shortly after, the police come over to me. This is what happens. This is what happens when I go out and try to have a good time and I ain't bothering nobody. You understand? Didn't do nothing wrong. Had a ticket and everything. I'm just doing the thing, right? So the police come over to me and they tell me that they say, come with me, and they want me to, what are you doing, man? You're getting too close. I don't like it. I don't like it. You're in my space. What are you doing? See, this bothers me, man. Get out of here. Don't come back. Right now, I don't want an audience. Only the people at the Monty and the Pharaoh show get to see this right now. It's a closed set. You understand? So anyway, the police are asking me what happened. What was the deal with that girl? I told them the deal. I said she came over to me. I was minding my business. She came over to me and said that I need to sit the fuck down. There you go, F-bomb. And the cops looked like they were like, not believing me. 2 guys came over because they saw the cops talking to me. And 2 cops came over and, 2 guys came over, and right after I told the cops what happened, these 2 guys were like, yeah, I could vouch for him. This is exactly what happened. And then they told the same exact story. This girl came out of nowhere, sitting towards the back of the section. He was nowhere near her, and she comes up and tells him to sit the fuck down, you're not a wrestler. Why are you doing whatever? Some people just need to get involved. They see people having a good time. They see people being entertained. They're not a part of it. And then all of a sudden, this guy almost ran off the road looking at me when he drove by. Am I causing a ruckus everywhere I go, man? Right, Daisy? She knows what's up. So the cops say to me, they might not have believed me if these guys didn't, because it sounds like, why would this girl just come up and do that? And that's my question exactly too. Why? Why would you do that? Why? Are you that starving for attention that when you see somebody else getting attention that it bothers you? Did people not pay that much attention to you? Did your parents neglect you? Huh? So now all of a sudden, when you're not getting attention, you got to ruin somebody else's attention, don't you? Yeah. But kind of backfired on you, didn't it? Yes, it did. Don't let me ever see you again. That's all I got to say about that. But anyway, the cops said to me, all they did was say, because you're supposed to be wearing a mask, right? So, of course, I wasn't. Because that's how I roll. Because Motch does what he wants. Yeah. So, maybe that's why Motch gets himself into trouble sometimes. Well, anyway, it's a good thing that it went that way and that I didn't get in any trouble, because let's just say that Motch can't afford to be getting into any trouble, if you know what I mean. There's been a couple times, a couple scuffles, that Motch might have gotten himself into some hot water, and yeah, can't really afford to have that happen again. But anyway, so all the police said to me was, all right, go back over, don't worry about it, but you should be wearing a mask. So I said, okay, hold on though. I said, I gotta show you my mask. So now, I don't know if they knew who Macho Man was, but I was like in character talking to them pretty much like the whole time, kind of like in and out, So I took out my mask and I put it on, and that's what they saw, and they cracked up, and I said, I'll wear my mask, don't worry. And that was the end of that. No problem. Well, that was the end of that for now. So I'm standing there and I'm keeping it, keeping it quiet now. I'm not trying to, stir the pot or nothing. I'm like, all right, you know what? I got out of there got out of there unscathed. You know, everything is cool, everything is copacetic, everything is good to go, you know what I mean? But then what ends up happening, this is the best part. What ends up happening is that a guy that I know, who's part of FSW, that is the big promotion out here, and I believe that when Impact comes, that they kind of work together and they borrow FSW's ring, and they have the FSW students do the ring crew and everything like that. So, dogs. Quiet. Good boy. Wow, they're not barking at the dogs, man. Wow, somebody must have slipped my dogs a sedative or something. A sedative, whatever. So anyway, the guy comes up to me, and I know him, you know, from FSW. He's actually one of the owners of FSW. And he says, bro, come here. So he pulls me outside a little bit where it's more quiet. And he goes, bro, you got to go sit down. I said, why? He goes, Scott D'Amore just told me to come over and tell you that you're causing a disruption and taking focus away from the show. What do you think about that? Now, that's good and it's bad. Because number one, it's good because I am that impressive that the crowd was going nuts while there was a match going on. But I want to say that was very disrespectful of me, and I apologize to the guys that were in the ring. And that is not at all what I was trying to do. I just wasn't thinking time-wise, you know, that's not the best time to be stealing focus. The fact that I stole focus, you know, is kind of like what I went there to do, you know, to get noticed. People were taking pictures with me, and people were coming over, and, you know, people were, you know, yelling Macho Man phrases rather than being into the match. So that wasn't cool, man. I just kind of was like, you know, when I came over on that side and the crowd started to react to me, I started to react to them. And, you know, it's like the adrenaline started going, and, you know, they were into it and I was into it or whatever. But I meant in no way to disrespect the guys in the ring. I was a wrestler myself, and I, you know, as a wrestler, I never went out into the arena while there was a match going on. I never wanted to steal any focus or have anybody, you know, notice me while there was something going on. I never came out unless it was intermission or whatever like that. But at that moment, I wasn't really thinking, and then it wasn't until afterwards that I realized that perhaps, you know, it wasn't the best timing. But the fact that I was seen and noticed, and noticed that well that that I was told, now I wasn't kicked out. I wasn't kicked out. And Scott D'Amore knows who I am. I mean, I've met him as myself, but I don't know if he knows about the Motch thing or whatever like that. But he was obviously in the back, and he obviously saw me on the monitor or something like that. I don't know, because somebody told me that there was a sighting. I don't know how much of me was seen, but if you go back and watch, you might see me out in the crowd. And they probably told the camera to get off of me if they were on me. What are you doing, Daisy? You're always chewing on something. What are you doing? You're silly. So I was basically just told to go sit down. You know, stop taking focus away from what was going on in the ring. So I went and I sat down, and then I started thinking, well, I guess it's my time to leave, because you know, I didn't come there to watch a wrestling show. I came there to promote myself. You know what I'm saying? That's what I do, man. When there's something going on, I gotta be there, man. That's how I get myself over. And like I said, you know, I gotta find a way to do it, but without stealing the focus away from anybody else. So next time, and there will be a next time, because in the near future, there's gonna be a lot of wrestling going on here in Vegas. That Impact will be back here. and AEW is coming back, and WWE is coming back out here, and if I have it my way, easy. If I have it my way, I'll be at all of those shows, and people will see me, and eventually people will see me so much that they're gonna go, there's the guy. That's the guy that we saw on social media. That's that guy, Motch-0-Man. He's the #1 Macho Man impersonator, past, present, and future. Yeah. Nobody has ever done it the way I do it. Yeah. Doing it. Doing the thing all the way, baby. Yeah. See what happens when you get my blood boiling? But there will come a time. There will come a time when everybody out there knows who I am. They're gonna know all about Motch-0-Man, yeah. I'm gonna become as big of a star as, well, not as the real Macho-Man, but every single one of his fans will know who I am, we'll put it like that. Anybody who's ever been a fan of Macho-Man, and anybody who's ever been even knows who Macho-Man is, even if it's just from the Slim Jim commercials, man, because everybody knows who Macho-Man is, and every single person that knows who Macho-Man is gonna know who Motch-0-Man is. You understand what I'm saying? Spread the word, yeah. Go to my social media. Motch-0-Man. That's all you got to do is type that in, and you'll find all my social media. Website's about to come up. Motch.com, I believe it is. I can't even remember now. Well, it's not up yet, so don't worry about it. But Motch-0-gram is the Instagram, and Motch-0-tweet is the Twitter, in case you haven't figured that out. And my Facebook is simply Motch-0-Man. Motch-0-Man. 2 N's, yeah. So find me on social media. Share me to everybody. Like me. Follow me. Stalk me. Do the thing. And help be a part of making Motch-0-Man the most recognizable Macho-Man impersonator of all time. Because without your help, I can't become famous. Yeah, and I want to be famous. I want every single Macho-Man fan to know who I am and what I do better than anybody else could ever do. And people are freaking out when they drive by. What would you be thinking if you just drove by right now and you see, like, I'm sitting here, right? Sitting here looking like this, and got a dog on my lap. The sun is, look at that. See, the sun went down already, man. You see that? Getting dark early, man. But on the East Coast, it's probably like pitch black already. Right now, here, what time is it? 4 o'clock, 4:09. In the next 20 minutes, it'll be dark here. It's a funny thing, man. The sun goes down real quick. Real quick. And then it gets cold out of nowhere. Yeah, it gets cold in Vegas. Some of you guys don't know that, man. You think that you come to Vegas and it's, it's the desert and it's always hot, because you hear about the winters. I mean, you hear about the summers, you don't hear about the winters, you know what I mean? But I could already feel it getting chilly. It might be because the air conditioning's on. That made it a little bit better. But, yeah, it's hot, man. If you ever come to Vegas, man, holla at your boy, yeah. But, when you come here in the summer, man, it's hot. 110 hot, man. I'm talking hot, baby. You know what I'm saying? But it also goes down into like the 30s, man. You know, there's times that most of the time I'm up at the gym at 5 o'clock in the morning, like a maniac that I am most of the time. But, you know, I'm outside walking Buddy and Daisy at like 4 in the morning, 4:30, and, yeah, it's cold, man. It gets cold here. But then there's also times in the summertime around that time, believe it or not, it's still 100 degrees. Like, you know, it could be 100 degrees at like 2 in the morning. You know, completely dark, but 100 degrees. It's wild, man. You get a little bit of everything here, but you don't get a lot of rain, and you don't get earthquakes and tornadoes and hurricanes. So I recommend it. Not a bad place to live. I don't miss the East Coast, man. Sorry for all the East Coasters. You know what I'm saying? I'm proud to be from the East Coast, but I don't want to live there. No offense. But if you lived here, you'd probably not want to live there either. So, the sun's going down. The temperature's getting chilly. And my dogs were very well behaved. Very well behaved. This is a better idea than when I do the podcast at home and they hear sounds and they start barking. They were quiet, man. This might be a new thing. I might have to move the studio into my car with my fake microphone. But we'll see, man. We'll check out the reviews for this episode. Let me know if you liked it. Give it a thumbs up. Give it a whatever you give it. And remember, if you have questions or anything, send them in. I got answers, yeah. And on that note, just like the sun is going away, so am I. Motch is out of here, yeah, dig it. See you next week.